Hi there. Hope you're all enjoying the first weeks of 2022, and I hope that 2021 treated you well, all things considered. As we move into 2022, I'm sure a lot of you have probably checked your BC assessment and probably been quite amazed at the increase in the assessed value. Incredibly, that price is probably under what today's market valuation is. As incredible as that might be, that valuation from BC Assessment would have been in July of 2021, and prices in Squamish have just continued to rise. So I expect that would be higher. I mean, if you want an accurate valuation on the property, we're always happy to provide it, but like I said, expect that your price is going to be much higher than is in the BC assessment. Squamish prices just continue to climb. We're seeing the lowest number of available homes since accurate record keeping began. Um, that with low interest rates, more flexible work arrangements, um, changing family dynamic, and just the general desirability of the area, um, buyer demand is just off the charts. So the combination of that with the low inventory that I referred to is just pushing prices up and up. And I don't see it changing in the immediate future. I talk to many Squamish realtors on a daily basis, and all of them have a number of buyers that they're working with in pretty much every single segment. It's just the cry from every realtor is inventory, inventory, inventory. Um, so the only thing I can see, maybe putting some stabilization into pricing would be an increase in interest rates. Maybe that if we see a few ticks up in interest rates there, we could see some stabilization there. But for the foreseeable future, it's going to be a seller's market. Um, in the stats package, you'll see that I refer to the sales to active ratio. If you've got my newsletters before, you know that it's a stat that I really harp on. That is probably the best stat for seeing which way the market's going. Typically, if that sales to active ratio is below 12% for a few months, then we're going to start seeing some downward pressure on pricing. And if it's above about 20 to 25%, then we should see upward pressure. Right now, these numbers are well over 100% in every segment, meaning, like I said, if that sales to active ratio is 25%, it means that in a given month we're selling 25% of the homes that are available. Right now, with that being over 100%, it means that pretty much everything that's coming in a month is being sold and then some. So to the point where we're off the charts, and really starting to measure it after about 80%, it becomes much harder to measure, and other stats are better ways of understanding value. So once again, it's more property or client specific. It begs the question: is it a good time to sell? Yes. If you're strictly looking to sell to move to another community that's more affordable, or looking to downsize, or looking to take equity out of the property, what a time to sell. I mean, there's all-time highs, no inventory in practically every segment, so you could pretty much sell and get the exact terms as well, most likely. Is it a good time to buy? No, not as much. It's a tough time for buyers. It's not impossible. If you've worked with me before, you'll know that what I say to buyers is to be patient. Wait for the property that works for you, but you've got to be poised. You've got to be ready, absolutely ready to take action if the property that works for you comes up. And that continues to be my advice. I do have a caution for buyers that want to sit on the fence and wait to see what happens. I've seen this time and time again over many many years where buyers who decide to sit on the sidelines or hope to time the gap, so to speak, you're really taking a chance. And people who've sat on the sidelines and tried to accumulate a deposit, or taken a wait and see approach, British Columbia real estate have usually not fared very well. So that's going to continue to be my advice is to not try and time that dip. Is it a good time to buy and sell? Um, yeah. I mean, the selling part, like I said, it's relatively straightforward. It's finding the right home when if you're looking to buy and sell in Squamish. I mean, and we do have some ways to protect clients there. The best way I think is to talk to your lender about a possible bridge. That's or talk to your mortgage broker about it if that's what you're dealing with. They're going to be able to give you some really good advice on how to set up a bridge with you with a lender. Uh, we have other ways to do it too, but it needs to be talked through, and you need to have a pretty strong strategy if that's the route you're gonna go. So yeah, I'd like to go over to the stats here. I've got a link to the stats package right below, but I'll open it up here in my video as well. So oh, I'm still here, right? Yeah, there I am. So here we have it with like I said, showing this change year over year with what's available in terms of active listings. We've gone down from 46 last year to 29, so there's a reduction there. Sales have gone down just because there hasn't been enough inventory to generate those sales. And then the days on market average has gone down. And this number, it's funny, we're going to see it in a few different areas: 21, 13, 4 down here. And this number is probably artificially inflated because we have so many people holding for offers where they'll bring it to market, but they may not look at offers for a week or so. So yeah, really, if you look through here, it just talks about these reductions in inventory and reductions in days on market, and these increases from year over year. A little over 25% in pretty much every segment on the HPI benchmark price. You'll see here once again, we're well out of a balanced market, way up into a seller's market in all segments. And then feel free to come down and look at the reports. I mean, it shows in detached, it shows the areas where most of the sales are happening. And here in Squamish, it's pretty much that 1 million to 2 million range is the most common. And then it does go by neighborhood. And you'll see here once again, look, this is the active listings trailing to the sales. And look, they're practically 1-to-1 here. And even with sales surpassing the actual active listings in the townhouse segment and the condo segment. So and then unfortunately for buyers and fortunately I guess for sellers, this price just continues to skyrocket. Average price per square foot, pretty. It's a good tool for builders and for developers. Not so much for buyers and sellers of resale. I mean, we use it; it's a tool, but I like to focus on the property itself. There's so much more than just price per square foot when we're comparing different properties here in Squamish. I'll switch back to here and say thanks for watching the video. And as always, if you have any questions, I do like talking about Squamish real estate. So feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help where I can. All the best for 2022.